Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mass Effect. In the last episode, we found that there was a horrible creature, Species 37, the Thorian, living underneath the colony of Zeus Hope, controlling the colonists. In this episode, we'll be returning to the colony in an attempt to stop that from happening and find out what Saren exactly wanted with the Thorian. So first, that means heading back to Zeus Hope along the Prothean Skyway. Oh my goodness. Oh, Mako, why are you so shit? I'm trapped. Oh, nope. Okay, it's a brilliant start. What are we? 33 seconds in, and already the Mako's giving me jip. Right. Now, once again, we'll get a few armatures and juggernauts thrown at you as we go along. Ooh, there's like actual, tilt shift when you zoom in and they're like, oh, god damn it, Mako. Why are you so shit? By Mako, I mean Mako. I'm trapped. I'm full-on stuck on this bit of rubble. Get off! Oh my god. This is abysmal. God. I see why, the first time I played this, I played it on PC, and people were always bitching about, oh my god, this game's great, but the Mako controls are a big heap of shit. On PC, they're great, they're fine. You basically just, the mouse looks around and then the WASD keys move, but you don't move in the direction of the camera, you move in whatever direction you are pressing, so it's a lot better, whereas in this you always move in the direction you're facing, and it's just more glitchy. They really did kind of fix that on the PC version, but if anyone's ever wondering why I'm doing this on the Xbox version instead of the PC version, it's basically because recording off an Xbox is much easier for me than off a PC. PC files when recording turn out huge, and my computer is also somewhat unstable when playing certain games due to processor issues, which actually should be fixed by the time this recording goes up, because I'm going to have my new processor. But anyway, wanted to do it on Xbox, because I actually own them all on Xbox. I only own 1 and 2 on PC. But anyway, as we approach the colony, there's a hideous thing there. Let's kill it. Oh.
What is that? There's no way that's human, infection or not.
No hitting the colonists, even if the Thorian makes them fire on us. That's what the gas grenades are for.
You got it, Commander. Let's do this.
So, you can see there's kind of 16 colonists that you need to keep alive there. The things like we just saw, the Creeper, they're not colonists, you can kill them fine, but there's 16 things, and keeping them alive is important for certain things, especially, and I cannot stress this enough, if, like me, you didn't have a high enough Charm or Intimidate score to be able to stop to kind of defuse Jong that time, it's even more important that you really focus on saving the colonists. Anyway, what I'm going to do here is a very unusual tactic. I'm going to equip the Hurricane 4, a shotgun on myself. Not only that, but I'm going to actually give it... have I got a heatsink? Heatsinks would be nice. And... where are they? Shredder rounds. Basically, from now on, there are no more Geth in this mission. You're only against the Thorian, Creepers, and the Colonists. For reasons I'll go into later, I'm going to put even my squad mates who are completely untrained in, put shotguns on them with shredder rounds or anti-personnel rounds or hammerhead rounds actually would be probably better, I think. You know what, yeah, I'm going to go for hammerhead rounds because that's a slightly different tactic but one that will work. Where are hammerhead rounds? Here. And I'm going to do the same for Liara. Give me a second. And so I'm actually going to equip that on all of us, even though, well, that's a good time to talk about skill training, actually, because, of course, none of us are trained in shotguns. What that means is, even pressing L, you don't zoom in, and you don't get a power like Marksman or Assassination or something like that. You can see what the issue is. These creepers can completely overwhelm you. Shotguns have a lot of kick to them. With hammerhead rounds that they've got in them, they've got even more wallop. And basically, even though you're untrained in them, aiming isn't important, but these are great for basically just keeping the creepers back. Because, especially with the hammerhead rounds, 90% of the time, let's use Unity, the kind of shots will knock them back and stagger them onto the floor, where they're then useless. How are they both dead already? Jesus Christ. Oh, this is problematic. I kind of don't want to waste my grenades because I can kill these blokes normally, whereas I need to really save grenades for taking out the colonists. This is not good. Yeah, you could always knock them over with a good wallop to the face. I could probably fight these guys from the Mako, actually. Fuck it, let's use a grenade. It's too risky otherwise. I don't know how both of them managed to die so quickly. Part of the thing with creepers is they do this attack where they run up to you and vomit on you. This just feels wrong now. They kind of run up and vomit on you, which does toxic damage to you and just bypasses all your shields, so your shields are essentially useless. Oh my god, how are there still more of them? You can see up there as well, there are colonists actually firing on us. I'm just ignoring them now. The colonists don't really do much damage to you, whereas the creepers flanking you, they're kind of like Geth Husks, and they're the real threat, kind of. But these guys, colonists here, with a well-placed gas grenade between the 4 of them. Yes! You can disable them safely. That also brings my squad mates back, so let's get them back up to full health. Would have been in Medigel. You can see why I've been focusing on medicine and stuff like that as well. So let's head back down to Zoo's Hope. Now, once again, basically for most of the rest of this mission, not only will you be fighting creepers, but you'll be fighting these creepers in very close proximity. This is why, even with untrained characters, the shotgun's tactic is good. Also, most of Kaidan and Liara's powers, like the biotics and tech, things like that, are immensely useful against creepers, because as you can see, they just really throw them around. And basically, it's a choice between having squad mates that are trained in shotguns, so like Rex, or Ashley, or Tally, or going for ones that have biotic powers and tech powers. I've gone for the, as you can see, the kind of tech biotic power. Let's try and gas these guys. I've gone for that loadout instead because I think the having the biotics for like the crowd control is much more kind of useful than that's worth the trade-off of not being trained in shotguns, because you're in such close range. Being trained in them doesn't really matter that much. But as you can see, this is going to be, unfortunately, a slightly repetitive episode. Throw, please, Kaidan. Thank you very much. You're my boy. Because they're not trained with them, the squad mates obviously aren't the best with shotguns, but in this kind of range, don't really need to be. You can just kind of kick through everything roughly. Oh, Liara's about to die. Let's heal up. And there's some more colonists here, so with a well-placed grenade. Oh, I could take some of them out. See if we can take the rest of these dudes out. Okay, that's the colonists kind of down. Over here is an upgrade kit, which recharges your grenades back up to full. Very useful. I'm going to shield boost myself, just because the creepers don't hit your shields, but the colonists, of course, still do. So there's 3 creepers here, which we should be able to... if you drop a singularity on them, that should at least get them to fuck off. There we go. Enemies are much more vulnerable to attacks in midair, especially from shotguns. There's Ledra and Greta Reynolds. Yes, these are actually the named colonists are here. If you kill any of them and you didn't do the side quests earlier, like if you didn't do any of the side quests earlier or buy shit from Ledra and you kill them now, they're dead. They stay dead. So that's something to kind of bear in mind. Here it's best to basically wait around the corner and wait for the creepers to come to you and take them out. Otherwise, if you stand in the open, you get the shit kicked out of you by the colonists and the creepers. Best to not have to fight both threats if possible. Kaidan, you have the worst timing when it comes to talking to me about important shit while we're clearly in the middle of a fight. I as a character like Infiltrator Shepherd is not particularly useful against creepers because basically all my powers are tech based and don't really do anything against these, but the kind of crowd control capacity of Kaidan and Liara more than makes up for that. Oh, this is going to be a very repetitive episode, I'm afraid. This is one I was kind of... I was looking forward to it in terms of like the plot, because I really like the Thorian concept is seriously like creepy and cool, and I was looking forward to showing it off and everything like that, but gameplay-wise, it can be very repetitive. And this is on normal difficulty. On the higher difficulties, this bit is bloody difficult if you're basically not trained in shotguns yourself. The most useful class to be here is the class I was the first time I played, which is Vanguard, which is basically... has biotics and is trained in shotguns. Really useful for any kind of like close range thing, you just mince people. Kaidan's dead and my Unity's still a long way from recharging. Unity has a really long recharge time, that's kind of the problem with it. Oh no! That dude kind of flanked me a little bit there. Wallop! There we go, and that one's managed to make his way up onto the rocks. Man, shotguns are shit when you can't aim properly. There we go. Still, oh my god, there's still more creepers coming. This is remarkable. Nope, Unity. Yeah, Unity's got like a 3-minute recharge time on it or something like that. I think this is pretty much the last Thorian creeper. The rest here are just colonists. I can throw a grenade behind there and try and take out those things. The grenades are really effective against the creepers as well, but you kind of want to save them for the colonists where you can. I think that's... yeah, we didn't save any of the colonists. there's the freighter crane controls here, but you can't activate them while you're in combat. So basically you need to have, by this point, either saved all the colonists by locking them unconscious or killed them. We've managed to save all of them, so that's awesome. Let's activate the freighter crane controls.
I tried to fight it, but it gets in your head. You can't imagine the pain. I was supposed to be their leader. These people trusted me. It wants me to stop you, but I won't. I won't!
Yeah, this gets pretty dark pretty quickly. If you recall back to the conversation with Ian Newstead in the tunnels, we didn't know he was talking about Thorian control then, but he was. So now you get 2 Renegade points for every colonist you killed, and 2 Paragon points for everyone we saved, because we saved all of them. We got 32 Paragon points, which is kind of pretty sweet. What I was going to say, yeah, is Ian Newstead described the Thorian as, fighting the Thorian as like running through a thorn brush, the more you struggle, and that's a really kind of good way of putting it, I think. But now we're in, if you look on the map, it's called this place the Thorian Lair, so that sounds very kind of sinister. It has autosave there, but I don't trust it, so I'm going to save as well anyway. And then, if we come further down these stairs, so we're kind of in the structure underneath Zoo's Hope here, and if we come through into this kind of main area...
Okay, by the numbers. We just need to find... What is that?
We are gonna need bigger guns.
Invaders, your every step is a transgression. 1,000 feelers appraise you as meat, good only to dig or decompose. I speak for the old growth as I did for Saren. You are within and before the Thorian. It commands that you be in awe.
You gave something to Saren, something I need.
Saren sought knowledge of those who are gone. The old growth listened to flesh for the first time in the long cycle. Trades were made. Then Cold Ones began killing the flesh that would tend the next cycle. Flesh fairly given. The old growth sees the air you push as lies. It will listen no more.
Give me what I need, and I'll strike back at the one who betrayed you.
No more will the Thorian listen to those that scurry. Your lives are short, but have gone on too long. Your blood will feed the ground in the new growth.
So, combat time. Asari clone. The positioning that she's in is absolutely perfect. Whee! Oh, that wasn't what I expected to happen at all. She was supposed to go fly. There we go! Throw him off the edge, and she's dead. Now we then, surprisingly enough, get surrounded by creepers. Prepared to spend the rest of this episode, we're watching me fight creepers. Hopefully, it shouldn't be too bad, and I'm gonna probably cut fair bits of it, but, Leia is dead. That's problematic. Oh, level up! That's good. I could do the level up around now. I'm going to give myself more Spectre training. Spectre training nicely basically increases damage and duration of all powers and attacks, and maximum accuracy. It basically makes me better with weapons I'm not trained in. So it's making my shotguns I'm using currently a bit better, which is one of the advantages at the moment. I'm going to give these guys both lift, because lift is really useful here for just, getting them into the air. I'm still in combat, so Liara's not going to come back naturally. I'm really I'm loath to... Oh, I'll use Unity. At least get out of the way now, and be prepared if you use Unity, use a Medigel straight away, because they don't really come back with any health or shields if you use Unity on them. Try and basically just get a hit off on every creeper. Once they're on the ground, they're not really a threat, and you can just completely destroy them. And with the shotgun tactic I recommended, almost the single hit is almost guaranteed to knock them flat on their ass. But use biotics and what powers you have where possible, and even if your weapon is overheated like that, a melee with them should keep them on the ground. On the ground they are completely useful and you can just completely destroy them. If you've got grenades, they will still be effective here. You won't get any more grenades back during this entire, I guess you call it a boss fight, but so I'm going to save them for kind of emergency things. And this is how you indeed deal damage to the Thorian, is through these nodes. Weirdly enough, this bit still has those 2 lines on it. They're just a relic from the thing with the pressure on the Geth claw last episode, and that's stuck there. You kind of can't... It's just a bit of a graphical artifact. But anyway, once you've done sufficient damage to the node... Thorian, no likey. When the creepers are on the ground like that, you can shoot them, but you can't actually do any damage to them, and you know they're just going to come back later. Anyway... Yeah, Asari clone. Whenever you see her around, the Asari clone should be your priority. Whereas you can deal with the creepers more easily. She's a bitch. She's what damping is useful for, because her only powers are biotic. She doesn't even have a weapon. Dampen her, and she is completely impotent. I'm very useful against her. I'm hopeless against the creepers. But against her, I can overload her weapons, her shields, I can stop her biotics from working. I can basically take her down without even needing to fire a single shot. I mean, I am, because it's fun. But... that's where I come into my own. Against creepers, I as a character, like an infiltrator, is not the best. Let's drop a... oh, can't drop a singularity because you just used it. Let's lift. Lift is really useful because it just has a bit of an area of effect, knocks them up, and just kind of... you just basically want to keep the creepers as far away from you as possible. Yeah. As I say, you can here select squad mates that are good with shotguns, but it's really not necessary. There's another node here. There's a lot of them. Lift. Does lift have area? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. If 2 creepers even hit into each other while they're flying in midair, they'll both die. So that's pretty useful. You've got to also keep an eye on your Medigel here, and also, like, basically... Medigel will heal toxins. If your health is green, that means you're taking toxin damage. Creepers deal toxic damage with their vomity ability, and if you don't watch it, you can just be kind of like poisoned to death. But also, I've only got 2 bits of Medigel left now, like, for it. You won't... oh, damn, Caden's dead. You won't get any back during this boss fight. This is basically the Thorian boss fight, and it's incredibly annoying. If I got... yes, I have got Unity back at least. That's good. Make sure, if you can, actually I need to check whether we can. I've got the combat exoskeleton on, that kind of, no, medical interface even, that kind of heals me. But I don't know if, oh, sweet, new armor, I'll take it. Oh, it's white as well, that's a lot better at everything. Have I got any, yeah. The medical interface things give you health and toxin resistance, so if you've got it, have it equipped on everyone, so they kind of heal up naturally and are more resistant to nastiness. That's the second node destroyed. I think there's 5 in total, 1 on each level, so let's proceed on upwards. I got thrown. Worth it. Oh, vomit. Oh, was that the Asari clone? Oh, she's what threw me then. I was going to say, I didn't think it was Caden throwing me. That'd be a bit of a dick move. Oh, that's all I saw, is that I told Caden to use throw, and then I fell. Let's see if we can throw her off the end again. Haha, we can. They fall off to the end, they die instantly. It's brilliant. Hilarious, too. They make some noises that sound like the flood or something like that. And when you think about it, it's quite a similar concept in terms of both look and execution. Whee! Never get bored of Singularity, ever. A lot of the nodes like this one, there's sleeping creepers around it. As you start dealing damage to the node, whenever it gets to a certain level, the creepers will then start waking up, so you'll think you've taken them all out, and then you start attacking the node, and more of them start waking up. Generally then deal with them as they come alive, so that you don't suddenly get overwhelmed once you destroy the node. Oh, Liara's dead. That's a problem. This would be maybe a good time to use the grenade. Neural Shock is bloody useful here, because it does toxic damage to them, knocks them over, and stuns them, and it's just generally a useful thing. Glad Caden's got that. First aid, medicine, all those kind of powers are useful here. Basically, Caden and Liara, I think, are immensely useful here, and that outweighs the fact that they're not trained in shotguns, because that doesn't really matter because of the... yeah, because you don't really need to be trained in shotguns, let's be honest. I'm managing fine. Oh, dear me. Node number 3 down. Moving on to number 4. Oh, fell over. I decked it. Don't spit on me! Ugh. Yeah, the Asari clone and the creepers together are a really annoying combination of she'll knock you down and then they'll spew all over you. It's pretty unpleasant. Let's heal up. Yeah, I don't like how little Medigel I have, but... Oh, Singularity! There's a medical station here, which is quite nice. I had forgotten this was there, so when I talked earlier about not having medical stuff back, I lied. In fact... Oh, it has Quarian and Krogan armor in. Damn! Oh no, yes, 3 Medigel, there we go. Damn, that's going to be incredibly useful. Now this... Yeah, this node has a lot of crap around it. Oh my goodness. Grenade! Hehe, gotta love that anti-Thorian gas. That is node number 4 down, and there's some creepers flying around this room somewhere, I think, because I lobbed a couple into the air. 1 more node to go. Oh, I'm going to throw you off a cliff, son. Oh! He came towards me. That wasn't what I was expecting at all. Well, a couple of minutes ago there, we got a mid-combat level up, which is kind of useful, so I'm going to give myself more Spectre training to get Advanced Unity, which is pretty useful, and then I'll give myself another one on Fitness, which increases my health and grants me an ability further up, because I haven't gone for much on that. Caden can have Lift again. Liara can have Lift again. And here's the final node. Turns out that was not the final node. There is still 1 more. Now this one, I'm pretty sure, up ahead actually is the final node. Oh, there's another damn Asari. A weird thing has happened. Caden has disappeared. I have not seen him in ages. His powers still work when I select them for him. Like if I select, say, throw, they're thrown out of nowhere. But as to where the man himself is, no idea. That's bizarre. Anyway, we're pretty much about to take out the last node, and when we do, BAM!